What's going on, y'all? I just thought I'd come on here and talk about these patch notes. We're going to get right to it. So one thing I'm noticing about these patch notes is that over the last couple years, I've seen a lot of people online talking about, well, I didn't know that we could do this, or I didn't know this was a part of the game, or I didn't know this was how we boosted. And you had other people here on YouTube and TikTok telling you how to accomplish these things. Well, they're coming out with this first part telling you exactly how you are able to upgrade your coach. But one thing that I do like about 27 is how slow the coach build is, like the getting to the different levels. But as you can see here, they talk about that. It's not just a legacy score. It's not a reflection of how many national championships or how many wins. It's based on how you build the entire program. And I think it's a really cool aspect to add the support staff to help you get extra XP to then level up. And I think that's a cool part that I don't really think I've seen a lot of content creators talking about. I've just seen that they've been like, I should be able to, gain a bunch of points quick. And it's a lot of the sim people that I'm seeing talking about this. But I like the way that it is, and I hope that they don't nerf it too much. But I also think that they're kind of digging at people who aren't people who play every day. They're kind of just, they're busy, got a lot of jobs, a lot of life going on. We all, trying to grind and do, we got to do. But I think that this is a low-key dig, in my opinion. And so we're looking at the different speeds of the Coach XP and the careers, which that's probably what I'll play on, just for the simple fact that, like, right now I'm doing a Tulsa rebuild. I want to play the entire 30. I want to show y'all exactly how I, think about this game in a long-term build, because a lot of my rebuilds are long-term builds, just in my, non-online type of builds. But as we get into the other two, this is where I think that they're kind of picking at people just a little bit. The simulation, that is specifically for the guys who just want to do the CEO stuff and gain a little bit of XP. But I think that EA is picking at people who are not avid players of the game by calling y'all casual. Because in any sport or any, WWE realm, I know a lot of people get called casuals, and it's like a term of like, you don't know anything. And I think that that's kind of a underhanded thing that EA has done with the naming of these XP settings. Now, y'all can let me know in the comments, but I think that they're trying to make a statement that the casuals are not going to control how they dictate this game and how this game is built going forward. And I know there's a lot of people that are really upset about not having the fastest setting. And I understand EA's point, but I also understand that people are paying a certain amount of money for you to basically tell them how to play the game. When really this game should be a lot of customization. There should be any way that we want to play this game. That's one reason why I enjoy watching people's videos, because everyone plays the game a little bit different. Some people do coach mode. Some people do sim. Someone want to do the CEO thing. And some people are just flat gameplay, playing every game. Some people are just recruiters. Like, there's so many ways that you could play this game. And I think taking away things and not allowing more customization is a problem. And I'm seeing that it's probably going to continue to be a problem as we get more and more into the 4th and 5th series of college football. And getting to the other part of this screenshot, the Dynasty recruiting updates, and they say that we are making several tuning adjustments and fixes to improve recruiting balance across Dynasty and our title update this week. They're adjusting recruiting tuning to improve how CPU-controlled teams compete for highly rated recruits. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about they're basically 7-8 years in, and some of these CPU teams are basically just taking on walk-ons, which I haven't seen it, but I also am not looking that closely. So I trust whoever's saying that. I believe them. Improved how the CPU prioritizes and retain recruits after extending offers. And then they have tuned the late cycle recruiting scenarios that could leave some recruits without viable offers. I've seen that, and I've gotten one guy in this latest episode, episode 11, I end up getting a few linebackers, and I get them to sign because they had no offers. But they were freshmen, and they had impact dev. And so I'm interested to see how it looks going forwards. When they do title updates, they always fix something, then something else gets broken. So we'll see. But the last thing I want to talk about is player progression. I have noticed in my normal dev guys, some guys get 23, and it ranges from like 13 to 23. I had a player in my last episode in the offseason. He only got 13 points, but he had like 500 yards receiving. Like, he wasn't some bum. So I'm glad that they're doing some adjusting to off-season progression. But I'm excited to see how this goes. Hopefully some things get fixed, and I hope other things don't get broken. But this game has been one of my favorite games that I've played in terms of a college football game, maybe since either 06 or 05. 08 was pretty good, but I'm just hoping that we get to the continued support from EA, that they're supporting the community, because the community is what keeps them afloat. But let me know what you think about College Football 27 in the comments, and also let me know if you've seen anything since the title update, or if you're having the same problems that everyone else is having. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.